Hi everyone, today we're going to be taking a look at the winners and losers of the fourth Democratic presidential debate. Today, as you know from previous debate reviews, there we go, there are 5 categories which I described to put all the people who debated into these different categories. I have one big loser from the debate. I have losers in general who didn't do well. I have the meh category who, did okay, but they didn't really do anything that would improve their campaigns. I have the did well category who, they did well, solid performance, and then one big winner. Only really for me, the one big loser and one big winner really sort of see movement in the polling. So probably won't change the polling, and I judge the candidates based on their average compared to the average performance, not to their previous debate. The average performance on that stage, not, for example, if let's say I thought Kamala Harris did really well because her previous debate was so poor and this time she did okay, it's not like that. It's compared to how everyone else did on the stage, not compared to their previous debate. So, first thing, one big loser. And this loser is not a person, it is the CNN and New York Times. Goodness, CNN did a really bad job again at hosting this debate. Firstly, there was no time dedicated to climate change, not a single question to climate change, which is the second most important topic to the Democratic voters in the US. And so to not have one question on that, I thought was pretty poor. There were also a lot of the questions were framed in a way, can you respond to this person? What do you think of this person's policy? That's just not the right way to do it. You need to have a question. And right, this is how CNN's meant to do it. You need to have a question to one of the candidates, and then just sort of let for an open debate with 1 minute per 30 seconds per candidate to respond to other candidates, so people can actually debate rather than this sort of. There was a very manufactured conflict between Pete Buttigieg and Beto O'Rourke that was like, what do you think of this guy? Just really not a very poor debate by CNN. Once again, in addition, having 12 people on the stage, it's just not a good idea to have candidates have 45 seconds to say how they would solve the healthcare crisis. It's not good enough to have 30 seconds to respond to a Hunter Biden question. You need in-depth conversation, and so if you did split up the field, and there are drawbacks to that too, but if you did split up the field into 2 nights with 6 people on each stage, I would actually have a chance to have in-depth conversations about some of these issues. And already the next debate is up to 8 people. The DNC's that they need to remove some of these people who don't have a chance. They need to get rid of the Tom Steyers, the Amy Klobuchars, the Tulsi Gabbards, the Julian Castros, the Beto O'Rourke's, because they don't add anything. They're just a waste of time. They need to get out of this race, or the debate qualifications need to be up so they won't make the next Democratic debate. So, big loser, CNN and the New York Times. Also, that whole segment about asking the top 3 candidates about their age, no one wants to hear about that. Other candidates rightly called them out on it. I just thought the whole debate was pretty poorly manufactured by CNN and the New York Times. Next, the losers in this debate. I see there being 3 big losers. Joe Biden, I think, was a loser. Tulsi Gabbard was a loser, and Kamala Harris was a loser. So let me go through each of these candidates. Firstly, Joe Biden. Now, here's the thing. Joe Biden's in a tough place because if he gets attacked, then he seems like a loser. But he also seems like a front runner, which is a good thing. This time he didn't get attacked. And that makes people think that, he's not a front runner. People were attacking Elizabeth Warren. So for that reason, I think Joe Biden's a loser from this debate because he did not get attacked. And that shows that even the Democratic candidates don't see Biden as much of a threat anymore. They see Elizabeth Warren as the main threats to their campaign. So Joe Biden, I see as a loser. The substance of what he was saying, most of the time was okay. He's just not the only front runner right now. So next person who was a loser, Tulsi Gabbard. She had to have a breakout moment. She did not have a breakout moment. Yes, she was the most Googled candidate, and that's probably the only reason why I don't put her in the one big loser. She had to have a breakout moment. She had to have a moment where she was attacking someone else. She had to have a Kamala Harris. She had to have a moment like where she was attacking Kamala Harris, or when she responded to Tim Ryan, or when Bernie said I wrote the damn bill, or when Kamala Harris went after Biden. She needed to have one of those moments. She did not get it. There were a few occasions she went after Pete Buttigieg, but that sort of... I sort of think Tulsi Gabbard might have got the better of that conversation, but, maybe not. She went after Elizabeth. She tried to go after Elizabeth Warren. She asked her, what are your qualifications to be commander-in-chief? They cut to a commercial, and then obviously not her fault. It's just CNN decided to cut to a commercial, which is fine. And then also she went after the CNN and New York Times for the so-called smear pieces that they've put out against her. But anyway, I see Tulsi Gabbard as a loser. She didn't have a breakout moment. She won't make the next debate. Kamala Harris, she's a loser because she just did not have a breakout moment. She just was not able to reverse the downward trajectory of her campaign, and for that pure reason, she's a loser. So losers, Joe Biden, Tulsi Gabbard, Kamala Harris, and there actually are 3 more losers, so 6 losers from this debate. That's half of the field. But the other 3 losers, Beto O'Rourke, Julian Castro, and Tom Steyer. So here's the thing. Julian Castro, he barely spoke. I barely remembered he was at the debate. Sort of with all 3 of these people, I barely remembered them being at the debate. With Julian Castro, he just didn't have anything that stood out. He needs a moment to get into this next debate. He did not have it, and he'll likely be missing this next debate. Beto O'Rourke, goodness, we would not have thought that he would be in danger of missing just the 5th debate in this 2020 cycle, but Beto O'Rourke is indeed in danger of missing that debate. And here's the thing, Beto O'Rourke, he did have a pretty good exchange with Pete Buttigieg. I don't know if it was to help, but anyway. And then obviously Tom Steyer, I can't even remember where he was, what he was doing at the debate. He has a very lackluster performance, and it's really not a good look to be a billionaire in this Democratic primary. So Beto O'Rourke, Julian Castro, and Tom Steyer, along with Joe Biden, Tulsi Gabbard, and Kamala Harris, I see them all as losers from this debate. The person who is in the meh category, the okay category, is Cory Booker. So Cory Booker would be in the one big loser if this was based off previous debate performance, since he did do quite well in previous debates. I think in one of them I actually placed him as the one big winner, but he just didn't have that performance this time, so I have him in the okay category. Winners, Pete Buttigieg, Elizabeth Warren, Bernie Sanders, Amy Klobuchar, and obviously that leaves the one big winner as Andrew Yang. So winners, Pete Buttigieg, why is he a winner? Pete Buttigieg and Amy Klobuchar, they were able to attack the progressives effectively. They did well at going after Bernie Sanders. They did well at going after Elizabeth Warren. And it was very effective how Pete Buttigieg cornered Elizabeth Warren. Elizabeth Warren just did not answer the question about Medicare for all and taxes. But Pete Buttigieg is in the winners because he was aggressive. He went after Elizabeth hard, and I think that's definitely a good thing for Pete Buttigieg. Elizabeth Warren, people are like, why is she in the winner? I mean, yes, this has been her worst debate performance, And if it wasn't for all the attacks and she had this sort of performance, she would definitely be in the loser category. But the reason why I put her in the winner category is because people are attacking her. She was able to rebut most of those effectively, and that's why she's not in the big loser category. But the main reason is because now people view her as a front runner, and that is a good thing for Elizabeth Warren. Now, next person is Bernie Sanders. So the reason why he's in the winner, he didn't have a sort of breakout performance, but he was able to effectively rebut concerns about his health. He didn't have the raspy voice like I'm going to do Medicare for all. He didn't have that voice in this, which was good for communication and performance reasons. And out of the four, he would probably be the least he's probably closest to the okay category out of the four compared to the big winner category. And then obviously Amy Klobuchar, she had a lot of speaking time, actually more than Bernie Sanders, which doesn't really make much sense, and that's another reason why I didn't think that CNN and the New York Times did a very good job at this. But the one big winner I see is Andrew Yang. So he went after Warren. He did a good job at defending his UBI, and the reason why I put him in the big winner is because he has driven the conversation. One of the questions was about, do you support UBI? No matter what the candidates say, whether I support it or don't, the fact that that was a question, that influence, even a few months ago, would have been unimaginable. And I got to give credit to Andrew Yang for that. He did well at doing that. So that's the one big winner, Andrew Yang. Thank you for watching this video. I hope you guys have a great day. Cheers, fun election prediction.